In the following video, we will explain how to create a purchase request within Sage X3. To start, we can click on Purchasing in the left list. We can look down for Purchase Request, and then we can click on the function Purchase Request. Your entry transactions will then appear. For the local purchasing, we can select the All Supervisor Entry transaction. This will open the purchase request screen. The user will notice in the left list that there will be a list of previously generated purchase requests. If one of these records are selected, it will default its details in the details section of the screen. If you need to search for a specific purchase request that has been generated, it can either be searched for via the requested date, the request number, the requesting site, or the requester. So filtering on these will then bring up your specific purchase request you are looking for. To start to create a new purchase request, we can select New from the right list. The requester's login details will default. So as I am currently logged on with the admin user, my admin profile login defaults. The requesting site, so as per your user's specifications, users will be set up to default specific sites. So if we tab, we can enter the quote request date by clicking on the little calendar icon and selecting the requested date. And then if we've got a specific buyer code, you can click on the selection icon and select the buyer. After we've entered the buyer code, it will jump to the following section, which is the lines, where we'd need to enter the product and the receiving site and so forth. So to look for a specific product, we can click on the selection icon. Now we can search for the product either by product code or product description. To do so, you can click in the search or filtering field. You can enter star and your code, star, enter, and all words containing that specific selection between your two stars will be filtered. So once you have found your product, you can select it. Then your product code and your product description will default on the line. As you see, the receiving site defaults from the requested site. If the receiving site differs from the request site, it can be changed by removing the receiving site, clicking on the selection icon, and then selecting what site needs to receive the stock when it comes to receiving. When we've entered the receiving site, we can enter the material required date, which will be the date when we would need the stock. The purchasing units will default from the product setup within Sage X3. Now we can now enter the purchasing quantity that we'd want. We can tab. Now we can specify the specific supplier who we are requesting the stock from. If we do not know who the specific supplier is, we can leave this field blank, as we can then take this through the RFQ process where we can request quotes from specific suppliers. So for this specific example, we can select the specific supplier. So the same as with the product, if you want to search for a specific supplier, you can either do by the supplier code or the supplier's name by entering star, the description of the company name, star, and hitting enter, and you can find your specific supplier that way. Once you have selected your supplier, a little pop-up will appear that says the product is not referenced for the supplier. This basically is just a message telling you that on the specific product record, this supplier has not been referred to as a preferred supplier. Once this supplier is added to this product setup, the supplier will automatically default from that product with its preferred supplier. So on this message, we can then just click on OK. update the description translated according to the supplier's language. We can just click on yes. Calculated order date. This will default as per the product's lead time and the quote requested date that we have entered. If the product has not been entered on a price list or a base price has not been set up for this product, we can enter a net price for the product if it has not defaulted. The currency will also default, and the accounting as per the product setup will default automatically, as well as the purchasing type, which will default as per the product's category code that's been linked to the specific product. If any specific analytical dimensions apply to the product that's been requested, these analytical dimensions can then be entered. So then we can enter specific dimensions. The tax code will default as per the setup on the product. And once we've entered all the products that we are requesting, on the last line we can escape to get out of the line, and then we can click on create in the right list. Once we've done this, you'll see that a new requesting number will have been generated by the system. To view this request number from the left list, we can click on escape and F5, and this will show then our last created record that we have just generated. So now that we've created the purchase request, the following step is that we can, if we do not have specific prices and specific suppliers where we want to purchase this product from, we can put it through the RFQ process, which we will show in our following video. So to go back to the navigation page, we can click on close page.